question everything. So here it is. They're talking in Chicago about how they're giving the tax dollars up in 120 million area for illegal immigrants. Tax dollars that you and I got to pay for illegal immigrants that are seeking asylum from creating those who, because we haven't seen this boogeyman in the dark that's causing them to seek asylum for one. Before they was asylum seekers, they was illegal immigrants. Then all of a sudden, mainstream media changed that narrative. And this is my point all the way. See, we owe justice here in America based off of crimes against humanity done to our bloodline here in America, based off of the many different things that you and I already know throughout history has been done and continues to be done to us right now as we speak. And they haven't gave us reparations from nowhere. Every time it comes down to helping or doing anything for Aboriginal Niggros of America, this government and these appointed representatives, they all are in conclusions with themselves when it comes to this reality of not helping the Aboriginal Negro. This is why we are suffering here in America because of the colonizers. All hands down. That's just the reality to it. They haven't changed whatsoever. I'm not talking individually, I'm talking collectively. Because at the end of the day, this is the reality to it. They seem to have money and taxpayer dollars that you and I have to pay to everybody else, but not to us. Every time we turn around, we're paying taxes to help all other nations but our own nation. They're not trying to help us from nowhere. Obama went to the UN, denied us reparations. Kamala Harris says she ain't going to help and just solely help anything for the Aboriginal Negroes. Joe Biden and them done lied about helping us, and we're not getting no help from nowhere. Have y'all recognized this yet? Is you in an outrage yet over our communities and why our communities look the way they look and why we can't get small black ministers back in our community after the race riots have claimed and destroyed our communities completely over and over again to where now they're just history and historic events that has happened to us? Are y'all in any type of outrage yet for your babies to have more in the country that you can pay tax dollars to illegal immigrants all over the country to help them establish themselves, but you can't get established yourself? Some people is not making even $7,000 a month in this country that are citizens, but they got $7,000 a head for each illegal immigrant a month, or for your tax dollars. How do that work? How do that work for you? You struggling to get milk in your own home for your babies, but they got money, food, shelter for illegal immigrants coming into the country out of your pocket. Where's the outrage at? Where's the signs and the pickets and the boycotting of that? Because I see, we can boycott and picket and strike for all sorts of other stuff, but when it comes to us getting reparations from the system that owes us a major debt based off of what they have done and continues to do to us in the society, we're not getting nothing. We're not getting no leadways from nowhere. It's to the point where even our so-called loudest voices, so-called loudest speakers and singers and dancers and actors and entertainers who got all this money already, their bag, ain't saying two words about their nation that they're from. They don't got no skin in the game when it comes to us getting reparations. But yet still, our tax dollars is paying for everybody else. Ukraine, you name it. We just flushing out money out of our pockets to help all these nations that don't even look like us, but we can't get $2. Literally. Do you understand the crisis that we in? Because if the government is willing to help mechanize and fund every other immigrant that come to the country but us, that means they're crushing us. Literally crushing us. To where we ain't gonna have no type of competition in the game, no type of skin in the game when it comes to being any type of authority in our own communities and our own nation. We're going to be at the very, very bottom. And they're doing that on purpose. They're doing that on purpose. This is just the reality to it. Especially when you paying taxes and funding your own demise. Because you paying taxes for other nations to do better than you, where you can't get $2 for your own nation. They won't give you nothing. We got people in California that's Latinos that was reverting resources from our community to their community. Actually got busted doing it. And you think this ain't going on all throughout the government? You think our communities just look like that because they look like that? You really believe that it was you and I who can't control water, can't control, we don't got no grocery stores, no type of orchards or nothing. We're the ones doing this to ourselves? You really believe that? You really drunk that lesson and that program that they done put in your brain that it's our fault that we can't get resources to our community? But the colonizers are the ones who control it all? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. This don't make no sense. That's not a reality. The reality is we're funding everybody else. The reality is we out there backing, put boots on ground to get all these other nations established in the country. And it's a history of this. You can look it up yourself. Going to bat for all other nations to get right in this country. At the same time, they all looking at us like this. Looking at us like this. Why they? Us in the back. At the same time as our tax dollars that we didn't vote to pay, I say we didn't vote to pay for nobody else's reality. Our tax dollars is paying for everybody else's reality. But our own. But our own. Drive down our streets, we got big-ass potholes and abandoned buildings everywhere you go. Up and down the strip. Commercial as well as residential. But we can't get nothing? But we can fund everybody else ahead of us? See, these are those appointed representatives, those gatekeepers, those house brothers and sisters that we keep counting on that is only there for their legacy with the delusion of nation helping. That's all they there for. Because they know what I'm talking about as well. They know what I'm talking about. They supposed to be the ones that supposed to be the appointed representative that supposed to speak on these issues. Get something done for us. They ain't getting nothing done. Sort of like lapdogs to the colonizers. That's what they seem to be. No backbone Niggros. Because at the end of the day, they letting their people starve and every other nation is getting what they need to come up in this country. At the same time, they're giving us private prisons and mass incarceration for our people. Pushing a death culture on our people and filling the morgues up with our babies. This is what's going on. This is what they got for us. At the same time, we paying taxes to fund illegal immigrants, Ukraine, and every other foreign affair that they got going on. Well, hey, until you get mad about it, ain't nothing we can do about it. Because at the end of the day, this is the real reality to us. This is why we're starving. This is why we're struggling. Because the resources that we supposed to be getting equally amongst the nations of America is not coming to our nation. It's getting reverted to everybody else's nation. And at the same time, our nation is getting crushed under one nation, under their God. It's just the reality to it. And until you get upset about it, until you look into these documents and look into what's going on and start to research for yourself and come away from mainstream googly God, we ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. And that's just what it is. So hey, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.